hope you're well. Today it's just me, my husband's behind the camera, Omer. So we really hope that you've subscribed to our channel, Spice Qissah, as we plan to post lots more videos in the future. Today we're going to be making Achari Aloo, which is potatoes prepared with pickle. So let's get into it. So for today's ingredients we'll be using 1 teaspoon of coriander seeds. We've got half a teaspoon of red chilli powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, about a quarter teaspoon of Nigella seeds, which are also called black onion seeds. I've got 1 teaspoon of achar, which is the pickle I'll be using, and I've especially picked out the mango and lime pulp from the achar. I've got 3 garlic cloves and just a couple of curry leaves. I've also chopped up about 2 medium-sized potatoes, and I'll also be using about half a teaspoon of salt. So now that we've got our ingredients, I'm going to put some oil in the pan and heat this on a low heat, just so that the oil gets nice and hot. And it's just enough to sort of coat the bottom of the pan, I would say. Just like that. So I'm just going to give that a couple of minutes to heat up, and then we'll be adding the potatoes. So the oil is now hot, so I'm just going to add the potatoes just to fry them over. So I'll be cooking these for a couple of minutes, just for them to soften a little bit. Now it is important to try and cut these into equal squares or pieces. My skills of cutting vegetables yet are need to be improved, but this will help for them to cook evenly. Okay, so the potatoes have now gotten a little bit soft. I've been cooking them for about 4 or 5 minutes, and I'm just about to now add the garlic cloves and the curry leaves. They're going to go in, and I'm going to give them a little mix. And just also I have put the kettle on, because we'll be needing that once we add the rest of the spices. I've just been stirring this now for about a minute, and I'm just letting the aroma of the garlic come through. As the potatoes get a little bit more soft, it's important just to make sure you mix them sort of gently so that they don't break and they keep in their form. I'm now going to add the spices. So we're going in with the red chilli powder, and the turmeric, and I'm just going to give that a quick mix. Make sure we get all the potatoes covered in that spice. And this is still on a low heat. And now I'm going to add the next 2 ingredients, which is the achar and the coriander seed. I'm just going to crush these slightly in my hand. You can also do this in a pestle and mortar. Just releases the aroma and flavour a little bit before it goes in. And Now we're just going to stir those together and make sure all the potatoes are coated. So the potatoes are nicely coated now in those spices. I'm just going to add the Nigella seeds and the cumin seeds. These need to be added just 10 seconds before you add the water, otherwise the Nigella seeds will burn. So they're going in. And I've got my hot water ready from the kettle. I'm just going to add a little bit more water, just so they cook a little bit more. And then the next ingredient I'll be using is the salt. I'm going to use about half a teaspoon, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, but this is entirely to your taste. So for the type of potatoes that I've used, these are already going soft now, so I'm just going to try one. This has been cooking for about 4 or 5 minutes, so let me just see how it is. They are nearly done. You want to make sure that they don't lose their form and go into more of a mush. So it's good to just keep an eye on how they're cooking. But I think it's ready now to add the salt. So I'm just going to add the salt now, and I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt. There we go. Just scatter that evenly. And give it a little mix. And then once those potatoes are cooked nicely all the way through, that'll be near enough finished. So the potatoes are now done. I'm going to spoon some out to give them a little try. So I'm going to make sure I get a little bit of garlic. Those potatoes. And I'll be tasting this shortly with a little bit of roti. So I'm just preparing a roti now to taste with the potatoes, and in the future I will make and post a video on how to prepare roti. So the food is now ready, and I'm just going to give it a little taste. Tastes really nice. I really like the taste of the spices, and the garlic is giving such a nice aroma. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.